So today we have China Mac on Jesse Lee Peterson's show. I'm familiar with China Mac. I'm familiar with who he is. But I'll be honest with you, I have never, ever listened to one of his songs. He's a rapper. I have yet to listen to any one of his songs. I'm just being honest with you. But with that said, let's get into this video.
You believe racism exists?
Absolutely.
And where's your proof of that?
My proof?
Yes.
When's the last time you stepped inside of a prison?
About a year or two.
Okay. Where was this prison at?
Up north.
Where?
Up in
I just be shaking like that.
Up in the Fresno area, somewhere up in there.
How many black people did you see there?
A truckload. Everybody and their mama.
I think
Black.
that's every state.
Right.
I think that's a pure sign of racism to me.
That's your proof?
I think so.
Is your proof that blacks in prison, that's a proof of racism?
Yep.
Had they not done the crime, would they be doing the time?
Yeah, but it's bigger than the crime, my friend.
How is that?
Because it's all right. So, what I know about prison, and I have a lot of experience in
Right.
prison. Prison is a business, right?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
prison.
It should be.
So when prison is a business, when
It
prison
should
is a
be.
business, somebody has to fill these prisons because the money needs to be made, correct?
Right.
Right. So like if you have a pig farm and you run out of pigs, what the fuck is going on? You got to go find some pigs, correct?
Right.
Okay. So when you have a prison and there's a fucking business, you have to find prisoners, correct?
Right.
Okay,
If they
hold
didn't
on.
do
Let
the-
me,
if they didn't do the crime-
hold on. Let me finish.
Hold on
Don't
a
you cut
minute.
me off.
I'm
Do
asking
not
this
cut.
question.
Hold up. Don't ask me a question before I finish.
No, I'm asking you-
Zip.
I'm asking you- no, no.
Zip it.
I asked
Listen,
you,
hold
but
up.
you're not
I'm not
answering my question.
finished.
You're not answering my question.
I'm not finished.
If they
I'm
didn't do the crime, would they do the-
not.
if they didn't
I
do the
am not.
time?
I'm not.
Why can't you
I'm
answer
not
the question? We don't have much time.
finished. So let me finish, and
Make
then
it
we
a
won't do this.
make it a
Hold
short-
up.
make it a short
Zip.
answer.
Okay.
Make it a
So
short
what I'm
answer.
saying is that prisons have to be filled, and somebody has to fill them. So if there are people in position of this country, and the majority of the people are black, that's a sign of racism to me.
So if they didn't do the crime, would they be doing the time?
How are the drugs brought into how are drugs, guns, and everything else brought into these areas? Why is this so prevalent in these areas and it's not in other areas? That's a question, because that immediately results in crime.
All right, I get the point you're saying. We all heard about those things, the CIA, the FBI. We heard those rumors, right? We heard about all that stuff. Just like Jesse is saying, accountability. You don't do the crime, you don't do the time. All right, I understand what he's saying, that when they bring the drugs in, it's tempting. But how many put it this way. This is what I'm getting tired of, right? How many times do people keep falling for the same trap? If you know they're bringing in the drugs, right? All right, let's say that. But you know what happens when you do the drugs, or you get a hold of the guns, illegal guns, you know what's going to happen. It's jail. So how many people keep falling for the same trap over and over? It's like all these RICO charges and all these rappers. I have never seen these many rappers get caught with the same traps. Like, that's mind-blowing. Like, you can't be this dumb. What happened to gangsters moving silence? They put everything on social media. So you making it easy for them to just come knock on your door and arrest you. Or watch you, let the charges keep piling up until they're like, all right, we got him, let's go get him. These guys put everything on social media. Everybody falls for the same trap. Yes, but this is where the parents have to play their part. You have to raise your kids to know right from wrong. Don't get involved with this crowd. If you get involved with this crowd, this is what this is going to lead you. It's going to lead you to jail, and I can't help you in there. We got to start teaching our youths that. And if they do go and they do the crime or they do what they did, they can't get mad because you told them where that road is going to lead you. Right or wrong? I'm China Mac. You's a rapper. Why don't you talk about these rappers? You say the white man bought the guns and the drugs in the neighborhoods. So why do rappers keep talking about selling their own people those drugs that you know is hurting the community? Y'all getting rich off of the white man, so quote unquote, bringing in the drugs and the guns. The hypocrisy. This is straight hypocrisy. Every rapper that I heard always talks about selling drugs to their own people and their own communities. So now you want to blame the white man now? But you're rich and famous. And some of them want to get rich and famous, they go right back to the hood. Why did you fight so hard to get out if you're only gonna go right back? Just admit it. A lot of these rappers are just dumb. A lot of people the reason why it works so well, if you go by what he said, is because they're weak-minded. Weak-minded people fall for these type of traps over and over. It's the reason why I know a lot of black friends that never got caught up selling drugs, and they came up from neighborhoods where there was gang and violence and stuff like that. They got up out of there. It's all about where you see yourself and where you see your life, man. You can't, people that have ignorant minds, it's hard to change the way they think. It's hard. You guys ever try talking to an ignorant person with a straight ignorance? There's no getting truth to that person. So imagine that person having kids and raising their kids the way they think. It's a never-ending cycle. So it comes down to eventually you're going to have to take accountability.
The crime. Do you agree?
No.
You don't agree. You don't agree. You don't agree that if we populate drugs, if we make drugs accessible right here and guns accessible right here to these people that don't have shit, that's not gonna increase crime?
That's not racism.
Why not? How is that not racism?
Because it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Racism does not exist.
It's a made up lie. May I tell you why?
Amazing. Who is this guy? Like, what the hell? What the fuck am I at right now? What is this?
And so I grew up under the Jim Crow law. You ever heard of that?
Yes. So that's not racism?
On a plantation. Born and raised on a plantation in Alabama.
Wow.
Not one time did anyone in my family pick up guns or take drugs or hate white people or blame anyone for their situation. And we grew up in a tin-roof home, outdoors bathroom. If that causes crime, why didn't I see it then?
Because maybe drugs wasn't made available over there. There's different things.
No, they were around.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and try to debate with you on what I believe, and I think a lot of people out there, hey guys, everybody, I think a lot of people is gonna agree that drugs and
I don't agree.
Guns is gonna and poverty is going to enhance criminal behavior. It's just gonna promote it, right? So now, what I'm telling you is, how can you come from the Jim Crow, how can you come from a plantation and not believe that there is racism? Like, that's like fucking retarded to me. I don't even understand that shit.
Because it doesn't exist. It's a made up lie by the children of the lie. So
you remind me of this officer that was in jail with me before that. He was an officer there.
Was he black?
And he was black, but he said that he wasn't black. He said he was actually French Canadian.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he really wasn't black?
No, he was black like you. He was black. I mean, are you black?
From a different country?
Are you black?
As the Ace of Spades.
So, I mean,
but let me ask you this. If these people who take these drugs and commit these crimes and do these things, if they had character, if they were men and women of character, would they be doing that?
Would they be doing what?
Killing and using drugs and things like that.
Listen, let me tell you something.
You're not answering that question.
No, I'm about to tell you something right now. I'm about to answer it right now.
You're not answering my question.
I am about to. Have you ever seen a drug addict?
Yeah.
Okay. Drugs fuck people up. They turn people into different shit.
Right.
Yeah,
so when you put drugs into play, it turns people into different people. Different fucking things start working.
What's wrong with them before they take the drug that causes them to take drugs? What make them take drugs?
The same thing that's wrong with you, or the same thing that's wrong with me, or the same thing, if they seen it all their lives, if they seen it, if they seen people using drugs all their lives, then it becomes normal.
My son grew up in New York.
But there's a lot of people, there's many different things that could ruin a person, like gambling, alcohol. That ruined my grandfather's life, and a few other people that I know life. So it doesn't literally mean drugs too. Just to say, it all comes down to character, right? Not just drugs ruin people. I know a lot of things that could ruin people, even with strip clubs. It's all about that addiction. Many things could be addictive. China Mac, you might want to do some homework, bro.
My son grew up in New York, He lived
Your
around,
son is one person.
He lived around
Your
people
son
that
is
he
one
saw
person.
take drugs.
Your son
and
is
there
one
were
person.
people in his family on his mother's side who drank, who took drugs, who did all those things. He had friends going through school who did it. He never did it at all. He
That's
neither
one
drank,
person. That's
but so it's
one.
not
How
true.
can you judge a whole nation of people and a whole group of people by one person? That's fucking retarded.
If a man or a woman or a child had a
Ignorance.
man or woman of character, would they do drugs?
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yo, man, how you doing today?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Can you answer that? If they had character, if they were men or women of character.
I think I answered this like 30 times already, man.
Maybe I'm
you
black
keep
and
on,
slow.
You're gonna keep on.
If they
You say
were,
you're black, you're slow. What did you say?
I'm black and slow, so it'd take me a little while. So
Amazing.
if men and women of character, would they do drugs or kill others if they had
What is
character?
explain of character? Explain that to me.
If they
What does that
loved
mean?
all people,
If they
Have love in
loved
their
all
heart.
people, would they take drugs?
right?
I believe so.
You know, okay.
Amazing. Hey, China Mac, I know why I never listen to any of your music. I'm just saying, bro, don't take it to no offense. But all comes on character, bro. Like I've been around alcoholics in my family. Like my grandfather, he's pretty much drunk at least 6 days out of the week. How many days out of the week we have? 7, right? And I never got into drinking. My mom never did. So all kinds of the character and the parents that bringing you up, showing you right from wrong. But we made it cool in the quote unquote black community that it's okay to drink a 40 ounce on the corner. How many rappers you heard rapping about that? I'll wait. Or rapping about selling drugs to the community. How much money they make off of selling drugs to their own people. How many rappers? But some reason I always like to blame the white man. This is why I can't. This as I got older and I could read through the lines between the rap. They say the white man does all this, but you're the one that's feeding the poison to your own people. You get out of the poverty and pain. You make a lot of money off of it, off of rapping. But then you don't put anything back in that community. You put more poison in there. We try to make certain things so cool, and then we try to blame the white man for it. You rap about spinning the block. You rap about shooting this person. You rap about smoking on that person. You rap about all this type of stuff. How much drugs you, so much money you made. But then you talk with the white man. That is hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. It all comes down to right and wrong. If you have love in your heart, you will not be hunting another brother down that looks just like you and take his life. Those are people that's cold. I see some cold-hearted videos in New York City with people being gunned down. I mean cold, no remorse. And I'm talking about a young age. I'm talking about young age. That is scary, man. That is hate. That is anger. And that could blind a person. That's why I said during the video, some people with ignorance, you can't talk to them. Trust me, they're just blinded by their straight hate and anger. You can't know. You can't. Doesn't matter how much sense you're making. They don't want to hear it. But rappers are the most hypocrites I have ever seen. And I see a lot of people talking about this. But they're getting rich off of it. And when they get rich, I'm going to leave you guys with this. I'm going to shut it down. But they get rich, right? Off of their own people's pain and suffering. But they don't reinvest in the community that they came from. If you know your community is broken down and it's nothing about gang violence and there's so much stuff going on, but you came out of there, you get rich. You don't reinvest in that community to try to bring it up, uplift it, because you know you still got people back home still living there. A lot of rappers don't do that. The first thing they do is buy what? Jewelry, cars, clothes, wasting their money. Big houses that they don't really need. But if you feel that you grow up with there, wouldn't you want to flourish that community? Help bring it back up? So like what Nipsey was doing? But they don't do that. They take everything the white man give them and use it. It's almost like the white man is at the top, right? He's giving you all the ammunition for you to keep your own people down while you get rich off of it. You're doing his work without knowing you're doing his work. By talking about spinning the block, shooting the ops, selling the drugs, pimping. You're doing all this dirty work for him without even knowing you're doing his dirty work. It's all a mind game. Give me guys think about what I just said in the comments. I just don't understand it because all these rappers, 99% of these rappers are getting paid by who? A white man. Point blank period. So where's the racism? If you don't want to do his work or work for him, stop rapping. Because we all know who owns the industry. With that said, can you guys take about the video in the comments? And peace out. You guys have a blessed day.